as long as you guys can still see the game. Just move on to it. Now, a lot of people don't like this game, but in my opinion, it's a pretty good game. It tries things differently. It definitely has a different leveling system, but it also made a lot of series firsts, including the Chocobo, Sid, and Dragoons, so I'll give it credit there. And I don't mind the leveling system. You might recognise it from games like Skyrim, it's definitely similar. So yeah, it's also the first game with a proper story. Let's just get into it. So with some debate, I've decided maybe, unless people really want it, I'm gonna leave the character names the same. Usually I'd name the characters, but there might be some people who want to get more invested in the characters in some of these games, so they've never played them before and they might want to know their real names. And it might get confusing if we've got Billy over here as your character, so yes, you can name these 4 guys, including Guy. You can name him and he's called Guy, so you can name the guy and he's called Guy, alright. And if you play the PS1 version, he's called Gus, but I prefer Guy, it's funny. Yeah, these are characters, so let's go. However, there's a little bit of difference, but we'll get to it. Yeah, Guy. You know it's a real name, Aluria, I've heard it before. Not even just in here, there's an actual guy called Guy. A long, long peace. Animals that aren't bats is at an end. Trust me, that guy deserves to be called Guy. I know you can't hear me, but that guy deserves to be called Guy. The Emperor of Palamisia calls forth monsters from the underworld and launches his campaign for world conquest. A rebel army rises up in the kingdom of Finn to thwart the... I can't read this in time! But the rebels' castle falls to a full-scale assault by the Empire. No, there's no chain in this game. The rebels have no choice but to withdraw to the remote town of Altair. Four youths from Finn also find themselves fleeing Imperial forces. They have lost their parents at the hands of the Empire, and they are not free yet. Okay, we're in our first fight. It's really easy though. Honestly, if you lose this fight, you're rubbish at the game. You're honestly the worst player at this game. Don't worry, I think I'm fine. I might actually kill them. Don't worry, we've almost got it. See, oh yeah, he's almost dead, don't worry. Okay. Oh, damn it, I got unlucky. God. Oh well, I guess I'm a scrub. There was an actual cinematic intro on the PS1 version, but yeah. Will he live? He will. I sense a strong life force within him. He should regain consciousness soon. We found them gravely injured when we were fleeing from Finn. By the time we brought them here, I feared it was already too late. His life is not in danger. His sigil will strengthen his life force. We should let him rest for now. Of course. Well, let us join the others. There must be waiting for us. If the Empire is allowed to complete the dreadnought they're building in Bafsk, the attack will begin in earnest. We cannot sit idly by and watch. We must act. You've probably noticed something different already, is that they have character portraits now, which is definitely good. I like character portraits. Where am I? I don't know what voice to give him. Leon! Maria! Guy! Where are you? Marianne, you're alive! I thought you... I'm fine, Maria. You alright too, Guy? Where's Leon? Princess of Fiends save us, but Leon not here. I see. Don't worry, I'm sure he's safe. It's best music in the entire game playing right now. Only it doesn't sound as good on this version, but still. So you've regained your strength. Very good. Your life is strong indeed. It was you who saved us, wasn't it? Thank you. Forgive me, Your Highness, but there's something I must ask you. Please allow us to join the rebel army. I could never allow such a thing. You know nothing of war. You would only be throwing your lives away. You should return to your homes. But we have no homes. Not anymore. The Empire attacked and our parents, our families. I'm truly sorry, but even so, my mind is set. I cannot permit you to join our army. If you've nowhere else to go, you're welcome to stay here in Altair. If you know our password, you should be able to get by here well enough. The password is... Wild Rose. I'm not gonna do that. Remember it well. Now this system is unique to Final Fantasy II, but if you ever see words that are red, you can learn them, and then you can ask most characters, you can ask any word that you learn. Sometimes they will have sometimes they'll have their own wee dialogue, and sometimes they'll just have like question mark, as in it doesn't do anything. So you get different dialogue which options you choose. So basically it's one of the first versions of, like, you know how when you play Fallout or Skyrim you have like the different text options? Basically kind of like a very primitive early version of that, which is kind of cool. The Wild Rose is the insignia of the Kingdom of Finn. It represents our hope for a future that flourishes with strength and beauty. But what will become of Finn now? I've heard that the Empire's captives have been taken there and suffer even as we speak. Maria, your brother Leon is missing, is he not? It's possible that he's being held in Finn as well. But Finn is far too dangerous for now. The Emperor's beasts still stalk the streets. Gaining entrance to the city will not be easy. The man at my right is Minwu, the white wizard who tended your wounds. Speak with him before you leave. He may be of some assistance. Minwu is honestly the best character in this game. I see your destiny clearly. The future it promises seems closely entwined with my own. You will begin by journeying to Finn. It will be your first step towards fulfilling your fate. You've wasted no time using the password. Read well the information it will bring you. You can learn much of valuable listening. I offer you one more bit of advice before you depart for Finn. Those who have fallen in battle can be revived at a sanctuary. Should one of you fall before you reach Finn, go without hesitation to the nearest sanctuary. Which is the same system as Final Fantasy 1, so you should not be too worried about that. Heading to Finn, are we? It's not my place to tell you what to do, but I'd reconsider if I were you. It's a dangerous place to be, you see. The city is crawling with the Empire's monsters. To the north lies a small village called Gatria. By the looks of you, you'll be lucky to make it that far. But before you go anywhere, I suggest you visit a room with a sigil that saved your life. There you'll find people who can teach you a thing or two about adventuring. I think you're gonna need all the advice they can spare. Fucking asshole. The port of Palun lies not far east of here, but a lake separates us, so you won't be able to reach the town without a canoe. This is the Rebel Army's war room. I think he also says the same thing. Now one thing is I'm going to go to options and make that go on and that go on. Basically the same options as last time. But as you can see, there's no levels. So yeah, there's no levels, you just level up your stats by various means. An arrow struck me in the back during the battle, leaving me in this state. Perhaps I've become too old. My daughter, Hilda, now serves as regent. You should speak to her. Well, we've already done that. Nothing's going on in here. But if you're the only one in there, who's gonna listen to Luria? No. I'm not gonna go to the place where they told me to because, I mean, it's just a tutorial. I think I know how to play the game. You're in the rebel hideout in the town of Altair. Well, I think I knew that. Box. Gordon, the Prince of Kashuan is hiding out here in Altair. I don't know what happened, but something has made him lose faith in himself. Princess Hilda escaped us to this town when Finn was sacked. She's doing remarkably well leading the rebel army while His Majesty recovers. That's the best town theme of all Final Fantasy. And Paul, greatest thief in all the world. There ain't no loot nowhere that I can't make off with. The Imperial Conference have kept my purse bulging with gil lately. I never steal from the rebels. You count on that. My home was in Finn too. But I can't go home now that the Empire's occupied the city. This is the town of Altair. The Imperial forces haven't yet been deployed this far out. I suppose it's only a maritime though. It's an N word, you know how that works. My name is Gordon. I was once a Prince of Kashuan. Now I'm nothing but a coward. When my brother, Scott, fell in battle, I abandoned my kingdom and fled here. So, you've asked to take up arms in the struggle. I'm so afraid Hilda will turn me away that I haven't even asked. Instead, I skulk around here. I'm just a spineless coward. Go ahead, laugh. I deserve it. I'm not gonna go into the item shop yet because I don't think we need anything. Okay, so the raise building in this game is a hell of a lot better because I'm pretty sure it doesn't cost skill and also it doesn't give you a seizure. Paul's a scale thief, but don't worry, you can trust him. He only steals from the Empire. The magic is kind of the same. See, it's all in one shop and you can buy tomes. Every character can use everything. But we will get more into that soon. First we're gonna buy Cure, because why not? But that is the only one we're gonna buy for now. I don't know why I'm going on to equip. We'll use Cure and give it to Maria. She's gonna be our de facto healer. Sure, everyone who's played this probably makes her the healer, but who cares? Tobel, the fellow over that weapon shop is one fine blacksmith he is. I think something's been bothering him lately though. What would you want with me? I'm just a batty old man. Or so I'd have them believe. I'm Tobel, the best bleeding blacksmith in the whole rebel army. You can't do anything with him yet, but you can later. So I'm going to keep her. I'm actually not going to keep her with bows. I usually make her the spear person. I mean, who else is going to be the dragoon? Story of the Cardinal. And the reason why I'm going to make her not the bow person is because the last thing you want is anyone on the back row. You don't want anyone on the back row. Because the only way you get HP in this is by getting hit. And if you're in the back row, they can't hit you without magic. It always goes to the front people first. So you're not going to get HP for her. And by the time you get to the final boss, you will have nothing. So don't put your character in the back row. At least not now. Like, maybe do it later, but don't do it now. Otherwise, you're screwing yourself out. Early game, you need whatever you can get, because it can be really tough, this game. And actually, I'm gonna test something. No, Guy is a real name. Guy is a real name. Now, we're buying what we can, but we will have to come back, obviously. So, usually, not sure if Monk is a viable thing to do here, but yeah. So we're gonna save it. I think this game is where they finally make it you have to save on like the overworld or something. Now the first thing I'm gonna show you is not this, but we will show you this as well. Now this is my favourite battle theme of all the Final Fantasies. This game has a lot of my favourites. Look at that. First thing and we got a poison. Come on. I'm not gonna lie, I think this is one of the games where we might have to do some grinding. So basically you raise stats of whatever you use. So if you use spears, you'll raise your spears. But then like your sword will be really low level. Now we're gonna buy some antidotes because it's crazy. First enemies we're fighting, we're already having to come back into the shop. One of the hardest Final Fantasies, that's for sure. I'm not gonna deny that in any way. Once you get going, it's not too bad, but it's really hard once you... If you've never played the game before, it can definitely be really awkward. If you're used to all the other Final Fantasies, this one's completely different, I think. So, I still think it's good, but it's definitely different. And what I want to show you is... Here's an example of how easy you can get your ass kicked. Alright, you can come down here, right? Oh look, we got some bombs and mines. Wait, what? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. This is one of the problems with the game I won't defend. And it's not even just here, I know it was on the very lowest, but look at that. They kill you on one hit. They put those enemies right there, alright? So, don't go down there unless you're a little bit stronger. It's a good place to grind, but not at the very start. But even then, even if you don't go down onto those tiles, if you go too far left, you'll also have the same trouble. You have to stay in your confines, otherwise you're screwed. So, yeah, there's all these beginner's traps that can kill you. So go pay attention. Even these goblins, like look at that, 2 damage from Firion over here. Now you've noticed, or you haven't noticed, but let's see, here you go, sword level increased, Firion shield level increased. But that's only for those specific characters, so that'll be... Now what I need to do is, this is why some magic is not very good, is you have to level up each magic individually for each character. And near the end of the game you get Ultima, but it starts off at level 1, so it's more like a Weakama. So yeah, that's not a good thing. But because we have to use our magic, we have to use the heal. But because we're using heal, we're not leveling up our spear. So yeah, it can get kind of awkward. You have to kind of choose which action you want to do. And this is why you sometimes need to grind to get your things all equaled out. And yeah, it's not going to take specifically one spell to level up. Now the overworld theme, I'm making special mention of this, is in the original version, the part that just started before we went to this battle, that actually doesn't play. That's an entirely new thing added in the remake, which I don't know why I mention it, but I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, this part here. I would let you listen to it, but you're gonna hear it for a fuck long time. So yeah. And you may have noticed, I was literally about to mention that, you can sometimes see an airship flying. It does nothing, but you can see it. It's kind of cool. We're gonna go into our first town. Usually, like if you never played this game before, you can get lost at the start kind of easily. This is the village of Gatvia. And that's just over there across the lake. See? Always tried to give as much information as possible. I guess I'll mention the shop now. This is one thing I'm not a huge fan of, is they have 3 shopkeepers, but they only sell like 4 items each, so you have to like talk to them all. I wish they just put them all in one. And I think the reason they've done that is they literally can only hold 4, so they were just like, fine, we'll just make 3. The Imperial forces have occupied Castle Fane. The gates are shut and no one can enter. And with Imperial troops and monsters roaming the streets, this city is not a safe place at all. There's a pub just on the outskirts of Finn, and the Empire invaded the landlord didn't make it out in time. They say he's still working there, draw nail for the Imperials. I'm gonna have to check that pub out. Gatria and Altair haven't fallen into the clutches of the Empire yet, but once the Dreadnought is complete, nothing will be able to stop them. You might have noticed, but this game is basically the first Final Fantasy that brought up the whole evil Empire trope. Not a terrible trope, I think it's fine, but it's there. This game basically made it up. I mean, obviously they didn't create the whole evil Empire thing. Star Wars for one was already out, and pretty much every empire has done evil things in history anyway, so here's the weapon shop. Don't know what weapons he sells. He basically sells most of the same stuff as the last place, so the first 2 towns aren't too different. How are we doing on health in that? I think we're doing fine. So I'm going to try not to grind, but we'll see how we go. You'll notice that my health hasn't increased yet because they haven't hit me, so that's a little bit of a problem. However, if there's anything anyone ever mentions about this game, and it is to do with this leveling system, I'll just show it here. I could just keep moving, but it doesn't really matter. Alright. Okay, well we've got lag eaters here. So, if anything anyone ever mentions the stream, is they always say, not stream, of this game, they always say that you have to attack yourself to level up your health. I mean, that's not true, not in this version. You can get by with not attacking yourself, but yes, if you hit yourself, it also counts for the stats, so you can use that to your advantage. And I'm going to use it a little bit at the start, but I'm not going to rely on it because it's a little bit cheap, but okay, how can you be so stupid you can't hit yourself? What? But then you play Final Fantasy X and they're hitting themselves so confused all the time. Well, yeah. Now let's see if Guy's HP goes up. Guy's HP increased because I hit him. So yeah, you hit yourself, you gain HP, and the HP, I don't really know the whole reason what determines how much HP you get, but there's probably a reason. I don't think you have to fight any Empire troops, so usually just fight weak enemies like this. Leg eaters. But I think the reason why I like the battles in this game more is that pretty much every battle you have chance to increase your stats. And in all the other Final Fantasies, if you're fighting weak enemies, you will always eventually run out of EXP use from them. So I'm glad that this game, at least you're always got a use. Even if it means that you have to hit yourself for that use to appear, you've always got a use. Or use magic, low level magic on low level enemies, or stuff like that, you know. Now you'll notice that I sticked to the river. The reason why I sticked to the river is if I go too far left, I'm gonna get hit by some tortoises. I already showed you the bombs. I think you can understand what I mean about the tortoises. Ah. Poison wears off after battle. Okay, that is something that is good. Already we're going into Finn, but we're not going to do too much. I don't think you could go into the castle. Right. Okay, I'll read this first. It's just like we heard. The city's crawling with Imperial soldiers. We have to be careful. Be sure not to get too close. And they do mean that. Do you remember the start when we died? Yeah, if you talk to any of these soldiers, you're gonna die. So don't talk to any soldiers. You can't go in any of these shops. Okay, I guess you can, but you can't buy anything. There's only one place you can go. Okay, I'm not really sure why these enemies are in here, but sure. Now, if you don't know where we've got to go, you might remember that the one guy mentioned a pub. I don't remember who, but one guy mentioned a pub on the outskirts of town. So we've got to find that pub. I don't particularly remember where it is, but I think I'm going the right way. Now here's a good opportunity to get Cure up. And this is the only Final Fantasy in which I've beaten the game in like, I think I beat it in like 12 hours or something. I don't think I'm going to do that now, but I also might have used speed up, I can't remember. And also, Luria, why you ask a question if I can't answer you? Well, I can answer you, but you won't be able to hear it. Okay, good. Everyone's HP increased there. So we go around here and we go to the pub. Don't talk to anyone.
Oi! Where you think you're going? Customers aren't allowed behind the counter. Leading imperials are nothing but an ill-bred rebel. Aha! You're with the rebels. You'll find a secret door in this wall. There's a wounded soldier behind it. I'll see if you can help him. Huh? What am I gonna do? I've had enough of this place. You lot can take it from here. Good luck.
Yes, there is a wounded soldier in here, and it is Chestman. I like that noise when you open the chest.
Are you going to turn me over to the Empire? At least have the decency to kill me first. I don't want them to take me alive. So, you're rebel soldiers, are you? My name is Scott. I'm a Prince of Kashwan. Prince Scott? We were told you fell in battle. Thank goodness you're still alive. I am, but not for much longer. I'm afraid I must ask a favor of you. There's something you must tell me, my brother, Gordon. Tell him I know he has great strength. He must learn to have more faith in himself. I also have a message for the king. Tell him there's a reason. The reason Finn fell so quickly is that Count Borgin betrayed us. He's been made a general in the Imperial Army. There's one more thing. Tell Hilda I love her. No, don't deliver that last message. The confessions of a dying man. They would only bring her pain. My brother, Leon, have you heard news of him? I'm sorry, but I have not. I wish I could be of more help. Here, I want you to take my ring. I'm sure it'll be of use. Maybe it's all this talking, but I've grown extremely tired. If you'll excuse me, I just need to rest for a little while.
I don't know, I felt that funny. The guy died and it makes that music. But it also puts ... at the end, so I guess it evens out. But yes, that is Scott, and he is dead. Now, sure, he might just be a one-off character who dies, but let me say, this game pulls off the Final Fantasy IV thing before Final Fantasy IV even did it, and did it better. As in, well, I don't really want to spoil it, but let's just say there's a lot of character deaths, and they actually die. As in, They die. They don't come back alive. They're gone. Dead. Unliving. They don't blow themselves up or while jumping off an airship and they're somehow just able to lie in a bed and be alive, alright? They are dead. Yeah, as you can tell, that thing in Final Fantasy IV really pisses me off. It's one of the worst things ever. Carry on. Stuff increased and Maria's cure increased. I believe that the magic goes up to level 16. So now we won't be using cure 1, we'll be using cure 2. And then we'll be using cure 3, cure 4, all the way up to cure 16. Yeah, every magic goes up to 16. They should make that in Final Fantasy 14, every magic goes up to 16. Now see, now it's really strong. So now we can focus more on the attacking. Also, I think I should have healed Guy. Maria's MP increase. Oh yeah, you gotta use magic to raise your magic and your MP, but at least that is not tied to just a single magic. Now you do end up getting like duplicate tomes, so you can like end up making all the characters learn fire without having to buy them or stuff like that, but eventually you get so many tomes that you'll be using like, I don't know, you'll have like 6 fire tomes but only a few characters, but sometimes it's good. You want to save them all, at least one of all of them, because at the end of the game there's a reason why. But yeah, we still only have 3 characters. We just have to go back to Finn now. But there's a lot of travelling between Finn and or not Finn, always mix that up. A lot of travelling between Altair into different places. So get used to going back and forth. I suppose the reason why I like this game is it's just your basic rebel story, but still a good story. And also, I like what the villain does near the end. It's kind of funny, to be honest. But I won't spoil it just enough. Because no point spoiling something if we're not going to spoil it. If we're going to get there eventually, I mean. Now, I alluded to it in Final Fantasy 1, but in this game, there is no... There might be optional dungeons. I don't think there is even one dungeon that's optional, but I could be wrong. Even after the game, there's no optional dungeons. There's only one optional content, and that is after the game, and it isn't even using these characters. So, yeah. So we won't actually... Maybe that's why this game is shorter than the other games, because we won't have to go through some optional dungeons. Our password is Wild Rose. Remember it well. That ring belonged to Scott. Is he alive?
He gave us his ring and Finn just before he lost the last of his strength.
Did he say anything?
No, nothing. Your Highness, please. The ring belongs to you.
No. Keep it. It is meant for men of courage. You infiltrated Finn and returned to tell the tale. You've proven yourselves quite capable. It would seem I underestimated your strength. I would have it that you lend that strength to our cause. There is a magical metal known as mithril, and we need strong warriors if we are to obtain it. You can tell my voice is starting to screw up now. Learn mithril. We lost Finn because we were ill-equipped. The Empire fought with weapons and armour made of mithril. I have charged Joseph, a man living within Salamand, with the task of finding the source of mithril. I do not know the cause, but we've been unable to contact him for some time now. Would you go with Minwu to the Salamand to look into this? Now, Joseph. Might not seem like it, but if you've played Final Fantasy 9, you might recognise that name, but I'll talk more about that once we've done that part of the game. I heard my lady's words, and I have waited here for you since. To reach Salamand, we must first pass through the port town of Paloon. Take my canoe, and let us be on our way. He is our 4th party member. Now, this game does something a bit different, which is debatably good or bad. I don't really mind it, but some people really don't like it. Is that your 4th party member is constantly changing. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. The only time they're permanent is the one that you get for the final boss, obviously. Every other time somebody leaves for one reason or another. But if we look at Minwu over here, he doesn't have any levels for his weapons, but look at that. He comes equipped with all this magic. This is all the magic he has. And look at the levels of them all. So, yeah, he's a really good dude. I really like Minwu. His cure is level 7. No, I don't know if you can... I think you can level him up. Yeah, you can level up every character as if they were your normal characters. But they start with some specific stuff. So I don't really need to give him too much because he's already got what he needed. But yeah. Now we have to go to Salamand. Luckily for you, I already know where that is. Now, okay. Remember how I complained last time about how the inns got really expensive, even if we had a lot of money? In this game, the inns their cost is approximate to... Basically, it'll change on how much you need healed. So, basically, the more you need healed for MP and HP, the more it will cost. Which is how the inns should be. So it can be really cheap or it can be really expensive, and it's all based on your health and your MP, so that's a good thing. Yeah.
There was a mithril sword in Kashwan that was handed down from generation to generation. My brother was very fond of that sword. It truly was a magnificent blade. That ring! It's my brother's! You really said all those things? About me?
Yeah, you can also use items for text as well. Now we have money, we can buy more magics. I will be honest, I am not a huge fan of using attack magic, but I will buy one of each. And I will give them to Ferion. I usually make Ferion like my... I guess you could say red mage in a way. Guy is my like... I don't know, I just base it off the characters. Like, you can make anyone whatever, but I like Guy to be the strong guy. I mean, he's Guy. You don't need no name. He is Guy. He will look at you and your muscles will dissolve. He is Guy. Guy. Okay, so you get it. He's called Guy. Now we're gonna save it, and we're gonna head to Salamand. Not Salamander, Salamand. And we've got the canoe already. It works the exact same way as in Final Fantasy 1. So now we can finally go across this water. I wonder if the map is the same button. There is something weird about this map. I can't remember how it is, but it's like... Yeah, it's kind of... how do I explain it? It's really weird to explain, but... it's more... I suppose... If you look at the bottom right here, and the top left, they're connected. Usually in games, they leave all the corners completely waterized, so it is not easy to notice. But here, it's easy to notice that if you come out the bottom right, you're coming out the top left. It's like a kind of a cylinder or something, like... I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it feels different. It feels different. Now here we have a choice. Not in this fight, but after this fight. Now Minwoo's not the greatest attacker, but if you need a heal, Minwoo's got you covered. And he already starts off with 175 health. So you have the choice of either going in the boat or walking all the way around. I'm going to walk all the way around because that will eliminate the need of any grinding, and yeah, but don't worry, we will use the boat eventually. And also, I'll tell you something, the game is different, because look at this.
You lot wouldn't be looking to book a passage on a ship, would you?
For just
32 gold will see you safely to Puffed.
in this game, I think for like 90% of it, you don't get to use the boat or the airship properly. You can use it, but it's only to go to locations. They'll take you to the locations, but you don't get to fly it around. Eventually you will, but not at the now.
The Empire hasn't had Paloma Puffed. Not yet, at least.
Even though technically one of the Empire's places is closer to these, but okay. I don't really want to buy potions, but I do want to buy some of these. The reason why I don't want to buy potions is because I want to focus more on leveling up the magic. I'm not really sure what Amnesia does. I believe Amnesia in this game is literally silence. Look at elixirs.
FTK. The ship head out of our port here will take you right to Puffed. Now there's a foreign lass. How about you and me go have a drink? With you? No likely.
That was kind of funny, but okay.
Basque, Salamand, beyond Puff, they say all the cities are under the control of the Empire. Alonza Freetun, you want to settle down with me? You with me, darling?
Oh, Furion didn't get a line there. Now Blink is okay. Protect is good, but I can't buy it. And Shell is good. I can't buy it. Protect and Shell work how they do in every other fantasy which they're in. Protect is physical defense up, Shell is magic defense up. I'm pretty sure this game is the game where you can have equip 2 weapons. This is another reason why I'm not going to buy the ship. One, we can't even afford it, and two, we might as well get the guild while we're going out. So let's just go up and we'll see. Now, if you don't know where to go, I remember that being a lot longer, but okay. Maybe I'm thinking of somewhere else. The hornets are easy, but there's this other bird thing, I can't remember what it's called. At least poison goes away. Now Minwoo will be stronger. Oh yeah, it is longer. Yeah, okay. Now I know Alluria wants me to be done with this game by tomorrow, but that isn't gonna happen. I don't even think I'll finish this game tomorrow. But I really like this game. I like, compared to the other game, actually I'm ready to play this one. Okay, now because there's no like fire or anything, you can already target all the enemies. So we have that to our advantage. Oh, and as you can see, I can only attack the front 2 rows. I can't go any further with physical attacks. It's the same if you wanted, if you had your person in the back row. So it works to the enemies as well. And let's just target to another damage. We're just gonna attack. Man, you're living it up with that damage. So yeah, this game kinda has these stupid encounters with lots of enemies, but like I said, this game doesn't annoy me as much with the encounters. Let's hope I can stick to that statement. Although I do find it weird that you have to press up or down to target them all as opposed to left or right, but I'll deal with that. But you remember, the only way to level up magic is to use it. Every magic is on its own terms. Aw, his magic didn't even increase and I used it twice. You just follow the water here. I don't think there's any encounters here that are considered tough. Like I said, if you're ever playing this game, don't go straight down on your first playthrough and don't go to the far west on your first playthrough because you're gonna get killed instantly. So don't do it. And I don't know if you're ever planning on playing this game, but I say it's always worth checking out the game. Like I said in one of my episodes of Final Fantasy 1, like, I think it's worth playing all the games, because one, then you can form your opinion, because my opinion is not going to be the same as yours. I don't think anyone ever has the exact same list as someone else. I mean, I suppose if you have, like, asked like a million Final Fantasy players, eventually one of them would. But, you know, if I asked, for example, if I asked Aluria here, his wouldn't be the same as mine. For one, he doesn't even like Final Fantasy 12, and I love Final Fantasy 12. So there we go, that's already one. But, yeah. So sometimes it's good that I'm uploading this to YouTube, because it means if people watch this on YouTube, then they can also, like, answer or get some trivia. It's not just the people who watch it on Twitch that are getting all this stuff. Alright, so this is Poft. The reason why there's a wee part at the top is that's where the airship will be if you buy it. This is the port of Poft. Salamanders to the north, and to our east is Bafsk. I guess another reason why I like this game is they have really funny named towns like I do in my game. Sorry, but the ship's already left for Paloom. Okay, here we go. The very first Sid in Final Fantasy.
You're here to ride the airship? You got the gold, there ain't no place I can't take you. You want the airship? You pay that fella behind me.
I don't know why he doesn't know Wild Rose, but yeah, that's what happens if they have nothing to say.
Could I interest you in the ride on Sid's Pride and Joy? The only airship of its kind on all the world. No matter how far, we'll have you to your destination in the blink of an eye. Of course, transportation in this class does come at a price.
No, I don't want to buy the airship.
The city to our east is under the control of the Empire. They're building something terrible there.
Okay, do they all say the same thing? Wow, they actually do. Why is there so many people that say the same thing? I know, Bask, they're building something terrible in Bafsk. Balanced.
You're looking for Sid? It's probably over in the pub.
If you go get your ride in that airship of his. I don't know how much it costs, but one day we'll figure it out. I think it depends on which town you want to go to. But I'm bad. I don't know if the mace counts as a staff. I don't think it does, so I'm not gonna buy it. Just because I'm not really gonna use it. Oh, oops. That was a mistake. Not meant to happen. We already went in the weapon shop. We'll be going back and forth, so I'm not too worried if we miss out on stuff. You usually buy the same stuff in some of the towns anyway. Oh, we didn't equip the copper curious we bought in the last time. Oops. There's only a few games, and Final Fantasy 9 is one of them, where I recommend you don't sell armor which you don't need anymore. This game, I recommend you sell armor which you don't need anymore. Right up until like the end of the game, you should be good to sell most armor you don't need anymore. Because armor has no specific thing attached to it, like there's no level for armor. It's just all like defense and that, so you're good on that front. As you can see, even doing that, I'm still struggling to buy everything I want. Wait. Oh, you can save anywhere you want. Okay, so they've not quite implemented that yet. Soon they will. Okay, so I made the same mistake twice. I won't make it. Okay, so I made the same mistake 3 times. I won't make it again. What I really wanted to do was come up here and see which magic was available. Okay, the exact same as last time. Just curious. Wait, you say the same thing as the other guys? That time I did meant to go out. Now we're going to Salamand. And we're actually going through here a little bit faster than I was expecting to. Oh no, no we're not, because there's actually... I'm getting ahead of myself. I forgot one of the filler dungeons in this game. The dungeon design in this game is okay. I'd say it's slightly better than Final Fantasy 1's, but there is one thing which brings it down. And that is there's these doors in there. Like, there's 3 doors, and only one of them will get you through. These are the birds I was mentioning before. They don't really do anything specific, I just think they look weird. But yeah, there's these 3 doors, and if you go into the wrong one, you're basically getting an encounter, or more than one. The encounter rate is like 900% or something crazy. So yeah, you have to guess, and you're not going to guess unless you've got a guide open, and I don't have a guide open, so I'm going to have to guess. That's the only thing I don't like about dungeons in this game. Other than that, they're kind of like Final Fantasy ones, but not as bad. Yeah, Salamand, the one that sounds like Salamander, which is usually associated with fire, is in the ice place. We've been to like 1,000,000 towns already, but we will be in those 1,000,000 towns for quite a bit. Life. All these things Minwu already has. We're not here to shop. Oops. That doesn't even look like... This looks like a normal building. I love Joseph, but I know when I'm around, I just get in his way. Alright, what do you want? Uh-huh. I know a bloke who can tell you all about airships. Why should I tell you? But Mithril? I haven't found any yet. I do have a few leads, but I don't plan on sharing what I do know with a load of complete strangers. You gotta do a little something to prove who you say you are, right? A lot of people from Salamand have been forced to work in the cave at Semitt Falls. Rescue them and we'll talk. You here on Lady Hilda's behalf? Little snotty noses like you? No, laddie. I'm not buying it. Okay, so we got our lead, and that is to go to the dungeon called Semitt Falls. The game doesn't tell you where it is, unless like maybe the people you hear you can talk to will tell you, but I know where it is. The Empire's enslaved the men of Salamand and forced them to work in the cave at Semitt Falls. Please, you have to help them. Semitt Falls is beyond the mountain range to the south of Salamand. That's where the Emperor's been mining its mithril. So yeah, it's kind of to the southwest-ish. Now we got longsword. Do you know the longsword is longer than a broadsword? Because it's a longsword, so it's long. Oops, I don't want to buy anything. I can't buy anything. Don't worry, we'll be able to buy stuff soon. This was actually... I shit you not, right? I don't know how I managed to open settings, but okay. I shit you not, this was actually like... Final Fantasy 13 was the first game I played in the series. And then Final Fantasy 6. And then Final Fantasy 2. Yeah. Who the hell has Final Fantasy 2 as their second game they played in the series? Coming from someone who started in like 2016 or something. Final Fantasy 2. The only reason why is because it was going to be Final Fantasy 9, but I was borrowing it from my sister and it didn't work. And so she gave me another PlayStation 1 thing she had, which supposed to have Final Fantasy 1 and 2 in it. However, Final Fantasy 1 was not in there and it was only Final Fantasy 2, so I decided to give it a shot. And I found it okay then as well. Definitely a hell of a lot different than 13 and 6, I think you would say. Technically, if you want to get really technical, the first Final Fantasy game I ever played was this weird one on the Game Boy. I think it was called Final Fantasy Legend? Or something like that. Final Fantasy Legend or Adventure. That was the first Final Fantasy game I played, but technically that's actually a Saga game, not a Final Fantasy game. Even though it says Final Fantasy on it. I don't remember what game it is, but if anyone's watching and they recognise the part where at the very start a character called Willy dies in his bed, that was the game. It was on the Game Boy. And then if you also want to stay with that, I played Crystal Chronicles Ring of Fates before any mainline Final Fantasies, so technically I guess I didn't play 13 first, but 13 was my first mainline and then 6 was the first I completed. And then I went to this. I never completed it, but I did go to this. So off we go to Semitt Falls. I think we're good, but if I'm in over my head here, then I'll back out. But I think we're fine. I mean, guys already are above 100k. I think actually how HP works in this game is you gain HP by fighting with not full HP, so the lower HP you have, the higher the HP is going to go up. Did I miss the cave? No, I think I did actually. Huh. Well, we'll see if I missed the cave, if he's too strong. Okay, no, he's not too strong. I might have missed the cave and that feels a bit weird, but sure. Oh, we don't want to go up there. I know that for sure. Okay. You get some healing going. I'm saving Minwu as a backup healer because Minwu is only going to really... Minwu is not really going to level up his healing, and even if he does, like I said before, all of the fourth party members are not permanent. She seems a bit too slow to cast that magic. Never mind. That'll level Firian's health up. That was the wrong word, I mean it got his health back. Sometimes it's good to go the wrong way. I'm gonna save it because like I said, it's really easy to end up going the wrong way and then fighting enemies that are like way too high level. I wouldn't call these too high level, but yeah, you can heal all your team members. No, whoa. Don't want to do that. Don't want to attack myself now, do I? The enemies still run away, and we've like, there's no levels in this game, so I'm not really sure why they run away. We're just gonna go in and attack him. At least, see, the reason why I think this game, part of the reason why I kind of like leveling in this game is that usually when you have a healer, their healer is absolutely rubbish at attacking. Let's face it, every time we have a healer in a Final Fantasy, they're rubbish at attacking. But because you can make anyone the healer, they can be good at attacking and good at healing. So that's a good thing about this game. Like obviously I'll still take the job system over anything. Okay, I think I remember it now. That poison there, I think that poison stays out of battle and you do have to cleanse it. I don't know if it has a different name, it might be called like toxin or something like that, but yeah, that I'm pretty sure that one you have to cure outside of battle, so we want to get these weird rats dead as possible. Although these are like the hardest enemies we've faced so far. Damn. I ain't too worried about that. I kinda want some hard enemies so we can like, one, get some more gil, and two, level up our HP and stuff. I mean obviously that, the stronger the enemies, the higher your attack's gonna go. Okay, this is getting a little bit scary, but I think we're good. Oofed. Oh no, that killed it. Damn it. Wait, that is really bad. We don't have a Phoenix down. So we're gonna go back to town to get some items now because we're gonna need to raise. Wait, no we don't. So you definitely know when someone is dead because they turn into a ghost when they die. Let's just heal everyone. Yeah, as you can see, antidote is required for these because it stays. Now, another problem with the leveling in this game is that if someone dies and you don't raise them by the end of it, then all that they've done is basically wasted. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I could be wrong there. Maybe it like saves it for the next fight. I guess we'll see here. Nope, because we got nothing. Not even any gil. So I missed the cave. I don't know how I managed to miss the cave, but I missed it. Okay, there it is. But you know what? A detour's fine. Here's our first dungeon, Semitt Falls. So now we have a dungeon theme that sounds more like a dungeon theme. Because Final Fantasy 1's dungeon theme, which is Mount Gulg, repeated everywhere, got really annoying. But this one, I like the dungeon theme in here because of do. Yeah. Garlic. I'm not really sure what that's for. Okay, that we will not have to deal with yet. I won't talk to it because I think it will give you like the scream of other options. But we do have to come back there later. Just keep an eye on that. If you want to. Yeah. So I think we're doing pretty decent. We haven't had to grind and we're already at Semitt Falls. Considering, I mean, maybe it's because we were sitting there doing like all these dungeons in the last game that were just 4 dungeons that took forever. Now we're actually getting some headway into a different game. It feels like it's going faster. Because it did, Final Fantasy 1 felt really fast as well. To begin with, and then it started going really slow because the stupid encounters. Look, you can already tell the encounter rate is much better. Sure, I am getting in some encounters. That's fine. But it's not every 2 steps. Yeah, I'm actually having more fun with this game. I mean, of course I'll have more fun with a game I like than a game I don't really like, but yeah. Okay, so there's nothing there. Bowl 1. Maria, just stay alive. Because if you stay alive, you'll get some good HP out of it. I also think the battles go faster as well. I don't know if that's true, but they feel faster than Final Fantasy 1's battles. Well, I haven't tried running away yet. I don't really want to run away though. I'm pretty sure left is the way you're supposed to go here, so we're gonna go right. Damn, they like to ambush you, don't they? So after this battle, I'm going to check my stats. Alright. Actually, let me check the bestiary. There was something I forgot about how this game works, and it is really important. Pretty sure the bestiary will show you. So let's go Lag Eater. Now, look at all these stats on the right. Ignore everything except from the second to the top. It says rank 1. So at rank 1, I think you can level your skills up to level 3, and once they're level 3, they won't go any higher if you're fighting these enemies. Now, I don't know what a level 2 enemy is going to be, but usually the bosses are higher than level 2. I mean, we might not have found any. Okay, there we go, we're at rank 2. That's why the grinding spot where I said before was really good. Because if you could survive. So level 2 I think gets you to level 4. So if we look at our stats here, there isn't much use using the sword because it's not going to get much higher level. I think that's the max it's going to go, is halfway through level 3. I could be wrong there, but we want to level our magic up anyway. And also we did fight the were-rats, that might be another reason. So yeah, I'm going to assume that's right. There's a limit to how high you can get by fighting certain enemies. This soldier I'm pretty sure is rank 1 as well. We can use that to our advantage to get some of our other stuff up at the same time, although Guy has kind of got nothing to do, but whatever. That system I never knew for quite a while, so once I finally knew about it, it was awesome. Also, you joke about that fire with a mouth, but that fire with a mouth Illuria is basically the first bomb. No one jokes about bombs. I really want to get his magic up. There's not much I can do. Whatever. I want to use fog. I don't know why I want to use fog, but I want to use it. Yeah, with Guy here and no spells on him, yeah, he's just gonna one-shot everything. Oh, he's not gonna one-shot all of these, because there's 2 of them. Basuna. It's like Asuna, but weaker. I think this is literally the only game that has Basuna in it. So yeah, really weak, but it will get stronger, don't worry. Now we're gonna attack. Maybe should have looked up some maps for this game, but honestly, I think it's funner when you just go through it blind as much as possible. Oh, look, we found a chest. I don't need to go in any maps. Right, there you go. There's your first hint at the doors I was talking about when we get around there anyway. And you're really bad at leveling up your magic, Vidian. You really are. But yeah, like I said, the stats are highest at 16. Not sure about the weapons. The weapons might not be highest at 16, but the spells definitely. There we go, fire level increased to 2. Is this the dungeon with the beavers in it? I think this is the dungeon with the beavers in it. You're probably like, what the hell is he talking about beavers for? I also think when you level up magic, it does increase its MP cost, so that is a drawback if your MP doesn't level up. Okay, that's really annoying me now. The stupid wire of the controller that's connected to the computer keeps touching the touchpad of the laptop, taking me off of the screen, which pauses it for a second. So sorry about that. But yeah, the higher your spell, the higher MP it costs. Something to watch out for. Right now we're just going to attack normally because we've done all we can to level up our magic. We still need to level up like our HP and stuff. Euphoria's magic's increased, which is okay. High potion. Yo, all these yetis coming at me. Okay, that was an accident, but yeah, sure, hit Furion. Maria needs more HP. So you should have hit Maria. I think hitting people really gets their defense up rather than anything. Not sure if defense is the name of the stat, maybe it's something else, but it might be like stamina, I think was one of the stats I've seen level up. Not too sure. Okay, there we go. Thurin's HP increased. Maybe I was wrong. Oh, you know what? I was even worse off than what I said. I said 3 doors, 4 doors. Let's go through them all. Oh, we got it right the first time. You know me. I have to show you off what I mean. This is what I mean. If you're wrong, you get a door like this. And, like, you're pretty much guaranteed income. You're not always, sometimes you can get lucky and get out, but most of the time you're gonna get an encounter and you're gonna cry or you're gonna be happy. I don't judge your life. Doesn't really matter. We're just gonna kill them. Watch, I'll show you after this what the stats are at. Or at least the weapon stats. Because we've killed a lot since I showed you off the bestiary. Yeah, if we go here and go to status and go to, yeah, see the sword and the shield, they've not leveled up at all. So yeah, you need to fight enemies that are rank 2 or above to get above rank 3. And that is how the game works. So now you know how the game works. Might make it a bit easier if you've ever tried this and went away. Because sometimes when you try a game and you don't understand it, you end up not liking it. So you go away and leave it and you never really truly try to understand it. Then when you start getting into the game and do understand it, you might find out that you actually like the game. And the reason why I say that is because I tried 4 times in the past to play Final Fantasy X-2. And all those 4 times, the furthest I ever got out of all the attempts was, I think was chapter 2, and I think I was doing the chasing the chocobo thing in the Mihen High Road. That was the furthest I ever got on ML playthroughs, but on the 5th time, which was my most recent, it was literally a couple of weeks ago, I tried it. I was like, you know what, I've done 10, I platinumed 10, I'm going into 10-2, right, and then I do it, I play it, and it's actually not that bad. The battle system, I mean, okay, I wouldn't say it's amazing. There's a lot of things I don't like about it, and they stayed that I didn't like about it from the first few tries, but yeah, it's not as bad. The story is goofy, but it gets less goofy the further it goes on, but it still retains the goofiness. And the battle system is like 50% awesome and 50% terrible. So yeah, there's that. And as Jen said, she felt that way about Final Fantasy Tactics, which I can definitely understand. If you're coming off of like Final Fantasy 7, which was the game that came out before it, and then you go to Tactics, gonna be very jarring. And not everyone really likes that type of gameplay, the strategy RPG I think it's called. Yeah. So if you don't understand it either, you're gonna get really confused and you're just not gonna like it. We're gonna go down, I think, is not the way we're supposed to go. And also Tactics, you know, Tactics is kind of like 10-2, where I tried like 3 times before to try and play it, but I would always get stuck on this one fight near the beginning. And then when I finally tried it one time and got past that fight, I ended up getting near to the end of the game. I didn't beat it, but got near to the end of the game. And then I ended up really liking it as well, so I guess I'm in the same boat. The only difference is that 1, I never beat the game, and 2, it wasn't because I didn't like the game that I never got that far, it was because I just couldn't. If you don't know what fight I'm talking about, it was the fight in Daughter Slums. I think anyone who's played the game probably knew that when I said near the start, but yeah. Daughter Slums is like, I don't know why it's so early in the game, it's that hard. Like, if I went back to it again, I don't think I'd be killing it in one turn. I would have to like die a few times to get a game over. I think the only reason I won was because that asshole, I can't remember his name, but he's the one that is a prejudiced prick, snobby dick. Yeah, him, he killed one of the black mages for me, and I was like, oh yeah, and I've won. Yeah, I don't like him. Ardthars or something like that. What's his name? How do I forget his name? I usually remember their names. Oh, we were wrong. And see, there's a proof that it's not always a guaranteed encounter. And there's proof that sometimes it is. I'm really annoyed that I can't remember that guy's name for some reason. Sure, he dies at the end of disc 1, but still. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We're playing Final Fantasy 2 anyway. I can tell you all the guys' names in this game. There's Varion, Maria, Guy, Minwu, Leon. Yeah, okay. Oh, I went left instead of down. Whoa! Argath, or Argus, that's his name. I don't know how I just remember that now. Because I was thinking of the Final Fantasy 14 as well, so it's not like I wasn't thinking of that. Also, holy shit, Furion. I was not expecting that, but good on it. Oh my god. I shouldn't have accidentally pressed left. Yeah, it's in Rabanastor. Argath Adolphus. Maybe I'll play Tactics one day, but for now, it's not going to be in this marathon. I mean, considering what I'm undertaking doing this marathon, I think adding on an extra game on top of it might be too much. I'm only sad because I'm doing all these optional content. Help us, please. They all say the same.
Furion, it's you! You remember me, don't you? Paul, greatest thief in the world. Am I pleased to see you? This is Joseph's daughter, Nellie. I think that dastardly Borgen's been holding her hostage to threaten Joseph. Princess Hilda told you to bring her back some mithril, yes? That's normally where I come in. It was easy enough to find out the mithril was coming from this place, so I thought I'd beat you lot to it and nick the mithril before you could get here. Only I went and got caught. Didn't I? Me, of all people. Well, I know when I'm in over my head. So long, but don't worry, I'll take everyone here with me. Cheers for the rescue, I owe you one. Alright, but we're not done with the dungeon yet. I don't think it is the beaver dungeon anymore. Oh well. There's a dungeon with beavers in it, and I want to make special mention of it for a reason. But we'll get there one day. It's one of the early dungeons, I know that. Okay, I'm gonna need to heal Furion, he's getting a bit low, but maybe I want him to get low, eh? Maybe he'll get more HP when he's on low health. But if he gets too low, then yeah. Also, I think this is the only game where low health is red and not yellow. Like, you do have yellow, but usually it's always yellow until dead. But in this game, it goes to yellow and then grey. And grey is dead. No, it goes yellow to red and then grey. Is what I meant to say. Now, since we don't have much choice here, I'm going to try something. Well, that only works on one target. Wait, does it? Oh no, it doesn't. Come on. Suck them away. Oh, I got 4 of them. That was pretty cool. I don't think I've ever tried that before. Maria, that was a little bit pathetic, I have to say. Now, if you don't know, the reason why I've put the 3 characters there and not 4 on the sidebar is because, well, yeah, you've always got 3 characters for most of the game. Okay, stupid wire, stop touching the touchpad. I don't know why you keep doing that. You didn't do it at all yesterday. Anyway, yeah, that is why there's only 3 characters that you'll always have for the entire game. Gonna give this fire tome to Guy so he can start casting some high-pitched spells. Don't really remember the way through here, but doesn't really matter.
don't know why the soldier's like on the same team as these goblins. Don't you think the goblins would like fight him or something? I don't know. Maybe he recruited goblins. Should be able to like one-shot all of them. Should. Oh no, the soldier usually takes more than one hit to die. I don't really remember the path for this dungeon. I don't remember what's optional or not. I think I do actually remember now. This room specifically, anyway. We're just gonna go this way. See if I'm right or wrong. This is the exit. I'm pretty sure this is the exit. I don't want to go to the exit yet. Or when I say exit, I mean the next floor. So I'm gonna go back. And moves agility increased. Still good to level the characters even if you know they're gonna go away. I believe there is one character, only one, who will leave your party, but he'll come back eventually again, and then he will leave again. Not sure who it is, but I'm pretty sure there's one who does. I could be wrong though. But I do know who all the side characters are, who you get to use. And, well, I won't spoil it just yet, but... yeah. That door up here is optional. The only question is it worth going in? And holy cats, that was pretty strong. This is like the first Final Fantasy where I would say people really consider trying out. Because I really want more people. I want this game to be really more liked. I really do, because this is the most underrated Final Fantasy of all time. Like, it just is. Even if you don't like it, you would say it's rated poorly. Alright? Because everywhere you go, this is going to be like at the bottom of the list. You're never going to find someone who will ever even put it in the middle or anything. Everyone's going to say they don't like it, and I really do like it. I wouldn't put it in my top 5 or anything, but you know, considering how hated it is, I really like this game. That's all I have to say. This is really underrated. Now, I'm not trying to say, oh man, like this game or anything, but I bet you there's loads of people who've just turned off this, like never tried this game because one, they've seen reviews where people are like, oh, the leveling system's like this, blah blah blah. Or they just not tried it because they've heard people not like the game. Or they have tried it and they know what the leveling system's going to be when they're getting into it. And because people have already said they don't like it, they give it less of a chance. Now, of course, there are going to be people coming in here who genuine, like even those people who have those preordained expectations probably just won't like the game anyway, but there's people who've probably just genuinely not played the game because they've heard people don't like it and told them to skip it, and I don't think that's fair. There's a lot of reasons that I think this game deserves to be played. I say this game deserves to be played more than Final Fantasy 1. I went back for no reason, there was not a single item. And I only say that because it's unique, and it's the first one that really had a proper story, introduced a lot of characters and stuff. Sure, Final Fantasy 1 had some things that were staples like Tiamat and all that, but this game was basically the one that introduced a lot of firsts. Would I want them to try and Final Fantasy with this battle system again? Or leveling system again? Probably not. But, oh well, you missed my semi-rant about me saying more people should try this game because it's very underrated. That's weird, I haven't been told there's frame issues. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anyone else is here to tell me their experiences. I don't know if it's your side or my side, that's the question. I'll look on the video after, we've got 30 minutes to go anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't want them to do another Final Fantasy with this leveling system. I think it's fine on its own being on this game. And obviously they'll never will because they already know a lot of people don't like this leveling system. If anything, they should just make every Final Fantasy game be job systems, because that's the best job battle leveling system. The Final Fantasy 5 job system more than the Final Fantasy 3. Final Fantasy 3 one's not as good, but yeah. No, I didn't want to hit myself. Okay. Well, that's good, Ilaria. I know you can't hear me, but that's good. Like I said, I'll look on the video afterwards to make sure everything's fine. We're getting some good HP now. And when we get to the boss, I'm gonna have to make special mention of the music again. You know what? I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I didn't do it in the first game, but as much. But from this game onwards, probably might be a few music talk in this series. That's not just gonna simply be like, oh, I like this song, but you know, some people might not care about video game music. I mean, it's Final Fantasy, everyone likes Final Fantasy music, but yeah, there's some stuff that people might not really know, and I like to bring that to attention. And music is usually where my forte is, in terms of, I don't know, I'm not exactly like technical about music, like I wouldn't be able to make music, I wouldn't be able to play music, and I wouldn't be able to tell you like all these Italian words with them anymore. I used to, but since I like listening to music, I usually find out trivia about it as well. Anyway, yeah. This dungeon theme is, oh, a monster in a box. So this is the first game which has monster in the boxes. Final Fantasy 1 technically had monster in the boxes, but they weren't in a box, they were monsters in front of a box. So if you remember when we played Final Fantasy 1, whenever you went in front of certain boxes, you would get a guaranteed encounter. That was basically that game's monster in a box. Yeah, if you go too far left, I think you fight these enemies. Actually, no, I don't think you fight these enemies. I think you fight Adamantoises, which is a boss. You fight a boss at the start of the game if you fuck up and go to the left. So don't go to the left, alright? Might use teleport, see if it works. No, it didn't work. I never really use insta-kill moves, but I did use them in Final Fantasy X-2 when I was in the Via Infinito. And then I was like, oh my god, it actually worked. So now I like using them sometimes, but I'm not really going to use them because they are a little bit cheap. I'm gonna use Protect just to keep myself alive. This is a monster in a box and he's not exactly happy to be hit. I don't know how much health he has, but it seems pretty strong. Do I have anything else I can use? I don't know what the difference is between barrier and shell, but yeah. That could be useful, but I'm not gonna do it. I wonder if that'll work. No, I'd shit myself if I seen a skeleton. Oh, it didn't do anything. Well, guy, it's up to you. Oh, well that's not good. Luckily, we got Minwu here. Minwu makes the first dungeon decent. Like, without Minwu, this would be a lot tougher. Basically, I think he's here to make it a little bit easier on you. Because if you don't have Minwu, it's going to be a bit tough. You can't really afford Phoenix Downs or anything like that. Okay, so that must have been like a level 2 enemy or something, because we got our weapons increased. A lot of increases here. That was worth it. It was the item wasn't even that good. I don't even remember what it was, but everything else was worth it. Oh, I think we're going into the boss soon. Yeah, going back to what I said before. Anyone who watches this video or stream wise, go play this game. Go try it out for yourself. Don't listen to my opinions. don't listen to someone else's. Just try it on your own, and hopefully you'll like it. That doesn't mean don't listen to like the things they say to help you like it more, like the rank and all that. Okay, zombies are first up. Zombies, I don't know if they're any strong or anything. Okay, that was kind of strong. But yeah, try it if you can. If you like the old school Final Fantasies, I think you'll like this game. Because it's basically Skyrim leveling. Because Skyrim, how do you level up? You level up your skills. But how do you level up your skills? Well, you level them up by using them. Or I guess you have the books, but yeah, there's only a few of those in the game. Like 90. So yeah, leveling up in this game, it's basically the same as Skyrim. Okay, here's our boss. And now I can talk about the music. Ha! Rebels! I didn't think I'd have to deal with your type down here. Well, if you want a mithril, I shall give you some. You can have my mithril blade through your heart. Sergeant. Now this music is weird because in Final Fantasy 1 they had one music for all the battles in the NES, and then in Final Fantasy 2 they had one for the battle theme and one for the boss. So when they made the boss music in this game, they made this one which is completely unique, and they made another one which is completely unique. But instead of making a final boss theme which is completely unique, they actually used the boss theme from the original game. Obviously they remixed it, and they made that the final boss theme, which was already the final boss theme because they only had a boss theme, but still. I don't know why I mentioned it, I think it was pretty cool. And also because it's awesome. Yeah, this guy seems to have quite a bit of defense, so we're gonna protect up. I probably should have cured Maria. Oh, good job, he missed. But since he's a boss, he's obviously going to be a higher rank than the other enemies. I don't know how much health he has. Now this music's kinda weird, in my opinion. I think I kinda like it, but then I kinda don't at the same time. I don't know what to think of it. Maybe I like it because it sounds stupid. Holy cats. Oh, yeah, you need not worry. In this game, you can have more than a 999 health. We're gonna... I don't think he does magic. I don't really know if that's worth it, so I'm not gonna do it. Let's just hit him. It's really all we can do. He is kind of a tough boss because he has this defense, but you can't really get that strong at the start, so really your best bet is to have gotten ethers and use magic, if I'm going to be honest with you. So if you're watching this and you haven't got this far, I'd consider grinding to get more magic, because I think that's a better option. I don't have any MP items, so I just have to rely on crits. I don't remember how much health he has, but it shouldn't be too much. Because when I do get a crit, I do okay damage. And I think Guy does at least 1 damage with his attacks. Oh, and if you've not noticed, the hits I think are based on how strong your sword is. So if your skill for sword is level 3, you're going to do 3 hit. It's not as random as Final Fantasy 1 is. I guess sometimes you're not going to get it. But I do, when I have spare money, I'm going to get like 2 javelins for Maria and see if that like works. I can assure you in Final Fantasy 3 you 100% can equip 2 weapons if you wanted to. I'm not so sure about every other game before that, but that game you definitely can. I do know like Final Fantasy 5 you can, but you have to have a special job. Final Fantasy 6 you have to have a special item. But Final Fantasy 3 you just can't. I don't know about this game. I thought you could in Final Fantasy 1, but I was wrong then, so it can be wrong now. At least we're gonna kill a boss in this stream, so it's not a complete waste of a Final Fantasy 2 stream. Now, tomorrow, we're gonna do a lot better. We're gonna get really far because we've got 4 hours to just do. Wait, no, tomorrow's Sunday. Okay, my bad. We got 3.5 hours to do whatever. Yeah, it's basically 4 hours. Sunday's a really busy day. Usually Sunday's a quiet day, but no, my quiet day is Monday. Sunday is the busiest day of the day. I can't wait until we beat the boss called Brute Justice in Final Fantasy 14 because, well, in Blue Mage form, because once we do that, then that static is done and I don't have to do that static, and that frees up some time. Because it's the last fight we gotta do, and once we do, we get a Malboro that you can ride. Which is cool. I've always wanted a rideable Malboro in that game. And I kinda like how you have to obtain it, because they didn't put it on Log Station. Thank you for not putting it on Milk Station, Square Enix. But also, screw you for putting all the other mounts on Milk Station when you can put them in the game. Don't you think the Easter event could have had the Spriggan? No? Okay. As you can see, if you don't bring magic, it gets kinda slow. But Minwu's here to heal as much as he can. And because he isn't a boss, because he's a boss, I don't think teleporting is going to work on him. I mean, it didn't even work on a turtle, so why would it work on a sergeant? Or a sergeant. I don't like how you miss though, like it's kind of weird. I don't think accuracy is a stat that you can increase. But since he's a boss, since it's like the first boss, he probably doesn't have that much HP, probably has like 200 or something. Okay guy, come on. You're the only one that can deal damage and you didn't do any damage. I think this is the last place where you can use Minwu. Once you go back to the town, he comes out of your party forever. So don't get too attached to him. The next place you go, you're not going to have a Minwu, you're going to have a different character. I know who the character is. You might know who the character is, but I ain't telling you. For spoilers. Come on, Sergeant, die already. My stats are going to fucking go through the roof. We hit him with like everything we got. And he hit us with everything he got. Because he hit us a lot, that means our stats should go up a lot. Alright, chose the best time to heal as well. I think usually bosses are pretty strong like this actually. ALN would be annoyed at me because he doesn't seem to agree that using physical attacks are good, but the reason why I love... Like magic is good as well, don't get me wrong, and he's dead. But it takes way more effort to level up the magic than it should. As you can see, literally like everything is going up. Except from like HP, I guess. Oh, you can see the mouse, my bad. You find the Mithro! Oh wow, you can actually get in fights here. Oops. Well, let's just kill them off. Alright. Oh wow, see that was worth getting in the fight for. I believe teleport will get us out of the dungeon as well. So make sure you have at least a little bit of MP on Minwu so you can get teleport and go out. Now we're going to go to the right up here and rest up at the town. I think I'll end the stream when we get back to Altair. Oft Minwu, what the hell are you doing with that low health? What, you think I'm going to heal you? No. No. Stock up on them antidotes, you never know when you're going to get poisoned. I wouldn't waste your entire bank on antidotes, especially if you've got a few, but it's always good to have some in reserve. I mean, if you watch my Final Fantasy 1 stream, I think you'll agree that it's good to have antidotes in reserve. I really underestimated that game. But once I got it under my control, I ended up not underestimating it, and it was Isn't. Oh, come on. It's like 3 steps away from town. 4-1. Well, Guy likes to get hit. That's why he's got the most health. Yeah, I'll end the stream when we get back to Altair. Which might take a little bit of time, so maybe I might end it before then. I don't know, depends if it takes 10 minutes to get to Altair. So we're going here, I'm gonna go to the inn. I don't really remember where the inn is, but I guess I do now because I found it. Welcome, please come in! Now here's proof that it costs more with the more damage you took. It's all the way at 288 now. Wait, does this game take you out the inn instantly as well? I'm not too sure. It does, okay, so the Final Fantasy 1 2 have that same system. Now we can start buying stuff that we really want. This would have made things a hell of a lot easier. But we didn't buy it because we were not grinding and I just wanted to go as fast as possible. Okay, there's my proof. Yeah, you can hold 2 weapons. Yeah, and they don't even have to be the same type. So, I mean, you might as well. I don't think there's a downside to if you're not wearing a shield. You'll notice that I'm not buying stuff for... you'll notice I'm not buying stuff for Minwoo. Well, like I said, if he's going away, you don't want to buy stuff for him. There are characters where you might want to have equipment on. Actually, I disagree with that. Take that off. In fact, it might be a good idea to take all of his equipment off when you get near the end of his drop point. If you know where they're going to go away, you want to take their equipment off, because they're not going to come back, so yeah.
Thank you so much. We owe our freedom to you. Our husbands are back safe and sound, and we have you to thank for it.
Like, this is the house we want.
It seemed you were able to save my daughter. Thank you. That cowardly Borgin had been threatening Nelly to get to me. I owe you an apology. If there's anything I can do to help, just ask, alright?
Oh, now he doesn't know what that means?
The cave behind Semitt Falls used to be an old mithril mine. Deepest parts of the cave still have some mithril deposits.
Well, obviously we've already got that. Yeah, you know what? There's no need to talk to him. Yet.
Thanks for saving me.
Alright. Off we go. Actually, there is one stop I want to do in this town. Item shop. I don't know if there's ethers we can buy, but it would be greatly appreciated if we can. There we go, that should do it. Should do it. Now I'm gonna buy 5 gold needles. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm gonna buy 2. The reason why I'm gonna do that is I don't know if I should try it yet, but okay, you can buy ethers. I'll buy it at 1. I want to show you that it is possible to grind in that location below, but I would need to. I just want to kill one enemy. I don't want to actually grind there. Because, like I said, I don't want to get too strong. But now we can start leveling our magic back up again. And yeah, the animation I think changes the higher level their spells get as well, so it's not just getting stronger, sometimes the animation changes. I could be wrong on that one, but I'll pretend I'm right for now until I am proven wrong. Now if you brought the boat up, you can go to Poft and take it back down to Paloom. But if you're like me and you didn't take the boat, then you're gonna have to walk all the way down because the boat is still at Paloom. I recommend you don't take the boat, just because then you can level up a bit more and get more money, but... Hi Kara, how you doing? And yeah, I guess I would, but I'm not American. I thought I told you that yesterday. I'm not assimilating into your culture, you're assimilating into mine. And by you, I mean California, because it's the only country, state thingy-majig I'm going to. You were the word you used, assimilate, so I'm just using your word. I don't know if you remember or not though, but I always remember. Except when I forget. Alrighty. Unfortunately, we're actually about to end soon, so if you were wanting to watch a lot of stuff, then I think you're too late, but you can watch on YouTube if you want. But yeah. Oh, you tell me to assimilate, okay. I don't know. I don't know, we're weird. By we, I mean you, yeah, I'm joking, I mean we. Sprinter. Does it really sprint though? Four gil, okay, that's a little bit weak, but I think we're good. Now, as you can see, a ship is still there and not at the other town, because I did not take it. My favourite ice cream is honeycomb. I've seen that Iron Brew ice cream exist, but I've never tasted it. That might actually be better, but I will have to taste it to see if it is. So yeah. But now that you've asked me, you are legally obligated to tell me yours. You don't have a choice now. So take his equipment off, because you're never ever going to use him again. He's gone. He's done. He's out of the game. He's not out of the game. He's still alive, but yeah.
The Empire also suffered heavy losses during the Battle of Fifin and Bafsk. They are reconstructing the Dreadnought to compensate for those losses.
The hell is matcha? Is that like... Is that... Wait, matcha's that crafting food?
The Empire is using the people of the Bafsk to build the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought itself is a massive, heavily armed airship. A man named Sid, the former captain of Finn's Order of the White Knights, built an airship. A ship that sails the skies. But he became obsessed with his airship and flew away from Finn. We are poorer for his absence. I am told he now lives in Poft, granting travellers passage on his airship. For a price. He then uses this money to make further refinements onto his ship. Or so the story goes.
I suppose that makes sense, because I do remember matcha being called tea. I would never in my life have considered tea flavoured ice cream, but then again I would never have in my life considered tea Iron Brew flavoured ice cream, so who knows.
What could y'all want with me? I'm just a batty old man.
Oh, I actually forgot, but I'll give it to him anyway.
Ho ho! That's Mithril! I've been waiting for the chance to work with this metal for a very long time. Alright, leave the rest to me. Swords, armour, you name it, I'll soon be pounding them out. It's been too long since I let my hammer ring.
If you didn't know to give it to him, I think if you say that to Hilda, it would have told you.
You can buy the equipment I make over at the shop counter. This'll keep my hands full, I tell ya.
That doesn't make any sense. So basically you always want honeycomb is what you're saying, okay. So yeah, you can buy mithril stuff. Funnily enough, no mithril axe. Why? I don't know. Not enough gil?
Oh, what are you doing to me now?
The other guy sells the stuff that we showed at the start of the game, but I'm gonna give her the mithril spears because she is the spear girl. She is the dragoon. She's not the dragoon because there actually is a dragoon in this game, but yeah. So I kind of did waste a little bit of money, but if you tell anyone, I'll find you and punch you. Don't know why I sold them on their own, but there's probably a reason for it. Vanilla bean. Vanilla bean? What the hell's a vanilla bean? I'll be honest, I'm the same. A little bit. When I go there, I know honeycomb's my favourite, but like I want to try other ones at the same time, so I'm like, do I really like other ones? But yeah, it can be tough. The next time if I see it, I'm gonna try Iron Brew. Because Iron Brew is awesome on its own, so the ice cream has to be awesome as well. I'll end it when I get told the next place I'm supposed to go. Oh, I actually screwed up. I was supposed to give the mithril to this girl over here. Already read that. Oh, shit, I didn't read that.
The Dark Knight Guide in the Dreadnought's construction is a very efficient man. Fortunately for us, other matters have drawn his attention. The theft of the mithril has likely knocked the Empire off balance. I would like you to journey to Bafsk. If we're to stop the Dreadnought from being completed, this may be our only chance.
Do you really actually have to do Bafsk before that? I guess I forgot the order.
We have a man in Bafsk. He's found a way to reach the Dreadnought. I want you to destroy it. At the very least, find a way to delay its completion. I have full confidence that together with Minwu, you will be able to accomplish this task.
Oh, I was wrong. Okay, so as you can see, I've not played this game in a while. And now I've screwed up because now he has no gear to wear. Oops. If you're watching this video, don't sell Minwu's gear in this episode. When you come back from Bafsk is when he leaves your party. Alright, so don't sell your gear. Since I'd said I would leave when we know where to go, I'm gonna leave now. So, thank you all for watching. It was a decent stream. Sure, Final Fantasy 1 took a little bit longer to finish, but we did it, and now we've got a little bit into Final Fantasy 2. Tomorrow we'll only be streaming for 3.5 instead of 4 hours because I have to do stupid Blue Mage, but like I said, once Blue Mage is done, I won't have to do it again. And yeah. I'll see you all later, and thank yous for coming. Please consider following or checking out my YouTube or Twitter for other thingamajigs that you might want, like updates, so yeah. And if you were wanting to see this is definitely getting uploaded to YouTube if you missed some of it, so yeah. Bye! Why'd you feel bad? Guy! He's called Guy, who cares, alright?